Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti here. I've got my new rig. Finally, the new computer showed up. Everything's working. I've got the webcam going, the microphone going, the screen, like everything's set up. I've got a cam that can move now, so let's have a bit of a look-see. Got the new monitor, the new rig. It's beauty foil coming across the desk here. I mean, the Yeti is somewhere. But yeah, like it's pretty exciting times here. I'm pretty happy to get back on the old thing. I hate playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on my phone. I feel like I miss too much. The fight, especially in the arena battles with all the buffs and everything, like in debuffs, and absolute mental. Anyway, I've been sick all week, so I'm enjoying a brew even though I'm not 100% because fuck it, it's Saturday. And here's the thing, there's a developer Q&A happen, and as it was happening, I was actually like, you know, live updating it, because I had nothing to do. I didn't have my laptop, and all my entertainment in my place goes through my laptop. Okay, so there's a couple of things that really stand out at the beginning before we'll kind of go through it point by point, section by section kind of thing. The first one is, there's a lot of questions about the game dying that they chose to talk about, which doesn't feel like that's a good thing to me, that they've had enough questions about whether the game is dying that they felt they needed to address it more than once. That's rough. Like that's awkward. That's like kind of like you bumping into your ex and your ex telling you about all the great new relationship she's having with the person that treats her so well. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, let's get into it. They once again confirmed First Order is going to get some work. Fair enough, my First Order is half developed, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. You're coming through here, this is just in your general questions area. There's not all that much going on here. Besides the whole dying thing, they tried to suck their own dicks about being on the Galactic War Report podcast. It's a strange one. They brought it up a couple of times, and then in their answers, they also referenced it, like, hey, go watch the Galactic War Report podcast that we are on. And, you know, it's really interesting, because they're like, yeah, because we contacted them, like, one day, and then, like, the next day, they prepared questions, and the day after, we were on the podcast. It's like, well, you would think that it wouldn't be that fast. You would think that you would be like, hey, we would like to be on your podcast. We want to give you ample time to prepare a slew of questions so that we can really get down to brass tacks and really give some good information out. But that's not really what's happened. Anyway, moving along. We're still in general questions here. They basically, once again, are talking about how they, you know, do keep their ear to the ground in terms of the community, in terms of Reddit, YouTube, etc. So, you know, that kind of thing, that's something you can, I don't know. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, we kind of know that. Like, ish. The people that are watching this video would know that, ish. Like, you'd have an idea that maybe there'd be a presence. Anyway. Another questions about, more and more questions about that. Tons of questions about the Malik screw-up. That's really epic. I didn't make a video on it because it seemed like everybody was talking about it, and I would just add more voices in the room, essentially. Because I mean, what can I add? I'm not somebody with Malik yet. I totally slept on the Darth Revan meta. I don't like the team. I hate Malik, and it's I don't know. I just didn't feel right to step in and say anything. Anyway, going back to what we're talking about. They were talking, they did make a mention about how they were saying that the Legendary timeline would be not so calendar related and be more open to when you're ready for it. They said they're going to have, right here, our next title update, going to have 2 new features, make significant step towards future. So it's good that they're still working towards this. It's something that I'm a big fan of. I kind of have a feeling that the way that it should go is about the first and second time something's released, it should be on the calendar, and when the third event rolls around, then it's just constantly open, that you can go and get it at your leisure as soon as you get the stuff ready. I think that's a great idea. I'm assuming that's how it's going to go. If it was more than 3, I would be pretty disappointed. Like, I feel like that's a really solid way, because you give everybody a really good chance to take advantage of the new meta and the new teams and characters by giving 3 events worth of time, which is roughly 9 months. So, I don't know. Here's a fun one. Why is the game designed around hoarding resources? And it's funny because they're like, oh, that's backwards. Well, no, you've made the game about hoarding resources. Whether that's your intent or not, that's what you've done. Anyway, yeah, they confirmed fleets in the next GAC round, so that I'll have a fleet node. Let's see, they're talking a little bit about lights on territory battles, but nothing worth mentioning. Guild struggling to get recruits. They're going to try to do something for that. And right here, this is kind of an important one, so I want to highlight it. They're asking about the epic confrontations unlocks from 7 stars and moving it to from 5 stars and moving it to 7 stars. And it's really unequivocal. We are not considering that change. Epic confrontation events reward 5-star character unlocks. So get ready for the 3rd. When it finally comes out, there'll be another epic confrontation. It will be a 5-star unlock. It will require some sort of currency to unlock. Probably GET2 or 1, just like Malik and General Skywalker. So keep that in mind. Not too much going on here. There's a couple of blowjobby questions, like, oh, so nice to talk to him today, what's like? How many mana? Yeah, that's not important. Moving along, how healthy is the game? Again, they really... This is like the 3rd or 4th time they've answered a question about whether the game is dying. That doesn't bode well. In my opinion, that does not bode well. It's a bit of the lady doth protest too much. Yeah, and so here's something that's kind of interesting. They talked about the marquee characters to legendaries. Said this year you've only done 1 marquee, the droid ship times legendaries. Why isn't there a balance? And he goes, yeah, we have more marquees coming, so expect more marquee characters. Let's see, economy. They are not going to make a new energy for the relic materials, but they are making a daily challenge for relic materials. This is a fucking fantastic idea. This is the best piece of information that's come out of this Q&A by far. This is it's really important that they do this, because newer accounts are the ones hardest hit by this. Like, we still have lots of characters to get out of the Cantina store. There's a lot of valuable characters in the Cantina store, and Cantina, like energy nodes. And by going and getting relic materials, it stops our farms. Like, I'm probably, a month and a half behind because I needed to relic my Jedi to stay able to get 1st overall in the arena. So it's one of those. They need to sorry, I'm still a little bit under the weather. They need to do that. This is another one. Are you going to buff this? Heroic Sith Ray Triumvirate rewards for people outside the top 10. We have no plans of doing this. None. One of the most disappointing pieces of information right there. We will not be giving people who finish outside the top 10 in Sith Heroic Raid better rewards. They're not going to get the G12 plus pieces. It's not happening. They have no plans on doing that. They confirmed that the Heroic AAT raid is going to be simmable soon. Now to content, more questions about whether the game is dying, whether their staff is dwindling, etc. It's really rough. Like, it just keeps coming up, keeps coming up, keeps coming up. And then they bring up another one about plug-and-play characters like Thrawn, Nest, Coda, Wampa, etc. And they're like, yeah, we love plug-and-play characters. We expect to see more of them over the coming year. But how will they be released? Because with newer accounts like mine, like I went and got a 7-star Hermit Yoda. That has set me back incredibly when I finally unlocked Malak. And here's the thing. If I'm going to be able to unlock General Skywalker, that's like a year's worth of GT1 to get both of them to 7 stars. So, which one's more important at 7 stars? Right now it's seeming like General Skywalker because Malak is a ridiculously disgusting, overpowered toon, and at 5 stars he's still pretty bloody disgusting. Even if I only give him 6 stars, pretty disgusting. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate because they're probably going to release it that way. I don't know if it goes the Nest route in the fleet in the fleet nodes. I don't know, but I definitely don't want to see more characters coming out of those the guild event like currencies from the territory battles, because that's just the major choke point right there. That should be used for gear. It should be available for gear. And they're making us get characters from there, and they know that if they put characters in there, that we will get those characters from there. They've said it themselves in previous Q&As. We don't want to put characters there because we know people won't use the currency for gear, but for characters. But then they go and they put the 2 disgustingly gross, overpowered characters ever created into the store. So, yeah, we get what you're doing there, CG. Anyway, moving along. No more KTOR stuff. That's not coming. Probably not for a year-ish, it seems, because it's definitely not for 6 months. Let's see. Some bullshit questions about Car Saxon. Interesting. Plans to support the new Mandalorian show. They're excited for the show. They are not making any Mandalorian characters. Maybe later, but that's not in the immediate plans. So that's actually kind of surprising. I expected maybe a team or at least a couple of plug-and-play characters, maybe 2, maybe 1, or someone with like a bounty hunter tag that could work into a bounty hunter team to give bounty hunters a little bit of a push. That'd be cool, but no. They're definitely not doing the Solus one. Grievous is getting his cap ship. They say it right here. We're going to stick to established canon when it comes to capital ship commanders, so Grievous will be getting the Malevolence. It is coming. Canon comics, not important. Will we have a 3v3 GAC? The GAC is set up to handle multiple variants of deployment, 3v3, 5v5, whether we include fleets in those as well. Which means, not anytime soon. You know why? Because Malak is so disgustingly overpowered that they can't run 3v3. Weird. It's almost like they screwed up with that character. They confirm once again they're working on a sandbox mode. They're going to throw some more ships at us. They basically have drop their bullshit here on the technical issues. They talk about how Malak owners that didn't have a 7-star Malak that exploited the bug to get the 7-star Malak got more rewards than the ones who didn't, and they were like, "My bad. Sorry." Thanks, CG. That's a lovely one. There was a bug in Unlanding Loyalty that made it so Anakin Starfighter was unkillable. That sounds terrible. Betray a Placeholder is not a new skill. She is not getting reworked. She is not getting new abilities. Sad to say, because I would have loved Traya to be the counter to General Skywalker. That would have been beautiful. Let's see, quality of life. Not much really here. They said they will let you. They want to make a fix so that if you set the wrong defense on territory wars or GAC that you can remove it and reset it. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, I'd love that to happen. I'm not holding my breath. They keep saying that it needs to be fixed. They talk about the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes thing with showing the logs of the battles. That they're trying to figure that out. They're trying to work on that. Apparently that's coming. Still haven't heard anything about it. The match results would be lovely though. And apparently they say it's going to go live soonish. Also not holding my breath. It's CG. Darth Sidious will never get a Separatist tag. Someone asked a question about mechanics, but they're dumb. Another dumb question. Arc Trooper is not a named character because for some reason Jesse wasn't appropriate, so they just called him Arc. I like that. We chose to go with a generic ARC Trooper instead of Jesse to ease up on our ARC department. Oh, I'm sorry. Have they been doing a lot of work? Fucking could have fooled me. And that's it. It was a really short one. There wasn't much said. I'm genuinely baffled. I asked a specific question myself, which I'm gonna go and find. I think it's on page 7, and I kind of mentioned it before, but it just kind of bothers me. You know, they skip over questions that have something. I say right here, with your focus on geo-territory battles and currency choking of Malik and General Skywalker, why are you making it possible for new players to get characters like Wampa, Probe Droid, Hermit Yoda? Have you considered how this hurts newer accounts to not have the ability to utilize these characters without sacrificing on G13 and or breaking their ability to get the meta-breaking super characters? Do you care? No answer. A couple of people quoted me are like, yeah, that's blah blah blah. I meant this with Hoda and this with Wampa, blah blah blah. But I need to get saved for blah blah blah. And once again, no answer. Another time where I'm being ignored. A lot of good questions in this thread were totally ignored. Valid questions. I mean, half of that Q&A, and I'm not gonna lie, and this I'm not drunk, even though I have drank in a week, and this is, you know, I had some wine before I had this. A lot of this was them blowing themselves. Like they literally were patting themselves in the back so hard they broke their arm. They kept bigging themselves up and talking about how everything's great in the game, the game's going well. They understand that they made it clear that they kind of know that they've pushed us a little too hard with no substance and more purchasing of stuff since the last few Q&A. I don't see it getting better, and I don't say that to be pessimistic. I want to be upbeat. I want to not want to have a negative look at this game, but it's hard, man. It's hard right now. This is the lowest morale-wise that this game has been since I started playing, and they don't seem to have an idea of how to fix it. They seem to avoid the obvious questions about what about new players. Like they don't expect to get any. Like they're just banking on older players that are whales buying everything that comes out and buying all the packs necessary to G13, R7, all of their characters, and it's not very encouraging. I didn't see much in this one that I felt was encouraging. So I'm sorry I don't have a more positive outlook. I wish I did. I really do. And you know, I hope not everybody's feeling as negative about the game as I am at the moment. I hope CG pulls something out of a hat. I hope they realize that the players just need something. They need something to just give them a little bit of a boost and really get everybody kind of rocking and rolling forward. Because we all play this game. We all love this game. This is what we want. We want the game to be healthy, to be good, to be moving in a good direction, to be growing, so that we have other people to play against. Like one of my friends in my Discord server, which you can join, I'll put a link down below. He's got a great, really well focused, really awesome account, and he faces the same guys every round of GAC. Every fucking round. So 6 rounds in a row, he's faced like the same. One of the guys has always been the same. I don't know how they've come up with that. I don't know how this works. And you know what? This is a guy that out of everybody I know, he's always been the most like, yeah, whatever, you know, it's fun, it's the game stuff. Even he's kind of down on the game now. Like, I can't even, like, it doesn't make any sense to me that they can be so myopic when it comes to playing this. Anyway, what did you think about the Q&A? Did you go through it? Did you see anything you liked that I missed? Did I miss anything that you didn't like? Like, let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully you've subscribed. If you haven't, please subscribe because it helps small channels like mine. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. If you liked the video, tell us why down below. If you didn't like the video, tell us why down below. And you know, hopefully this is the kind of thing you want to see. I want to offer some more content in just my GAC rounds because they're not the greatest. I mean, I've only got what I've got, and I'm trying to do the best I can with what I've got. I've made a couple of decent improvements for the next round, so hopefully next week when the GAC's rolling again, I'm going to have some decent like content for you to see, but we'll see. Anyway, have a good one, everyone.